May 13. I think it's May 13, 2024. It's the second workout of the day. And I don't know why I have to get on the bike from this side. It's gonna be nice and short, sweet and short, short and sweet. Let's set it up, otherwise it doesn't count, right?
Welcome to the Garden of Eden. I am Casey Zog, your IFIT trainer. Today we're at Jamaica Pond in the Jamaica Plain neighborhood, colloquially known as Eden of America, here in Boston. We have a lovely fall foliage right ahead of us, so let's roll out. We will start our progressive effort ride today with a nice 5-minute
Flat.
warm-up.
9. Resistance 9.
Get your rated perceived exertion about a 2 to a 3 here. We want to get the blood flowing, muscles loose and warmed up. Insofar as we've truly hit the autumn season here in Boston, we definitely need to get the blood flowing and warm our muscles up, because it is quite nippy here today. But oh, how beautiful
I already
it is.
did this workout,
With the sun starting to come out
but
and the
it's
fall foliage changing.
because it's this also workout part of
Here in
other
New
series. It keeps showing me like I didn't do, and just to get rid
Our
of it from
progressive
my
effort ride
list.
today is going to push you just a little bit
Anyhow,
more than the first one of the series,
it's all good.
because we have 4-minute sections where I'll progressively increase the resistance, pushing you from a rated perceived exertion of 6 to 8. During those efforts, I want you to hold the same cadence, about 70 to 80. So as the resistance increases, your effort goes up. We're a minute and 30 seconds into our warm-up. So let's kick that RPE up to about a 3 to a 4 here.
Resistance 10. It's flat.
So make sure that once we start that first effort, you're feeling loose and ready. We'll be coming across beautiful foliage today. We've got Jamaica Pond to our left. The Jamaica Plain neighborhood. And this area is known, as I said, Eden of America. I think it's probably based on early settlers loving the area, not having explored the vastness of these United States broadly, but hey, I think it's pretty, so they can name it whatever they want. Today's ride is going to end at Copley Square, which is an educational and cultural center of Boston. On our way to Copley Square, we will pass the well-known Fenway Park. Maybe we'll try to catch a fly ball along the way. I don't know. I'm not much of a baseball guy myself. Go Red Sox, I guess. And I know that if I were to mention some other teams that come from certain locales, it's heresy almost. So we'll be careful around that, because we're really out here to ride bikes and enjoy the beautiful climate and foliage here in New England. 1 minute left in our warm-up. So make sure your RPE, or rated perceived exertion, is a solid 4 right now. Don't want you huffing and puffing yet. Whew. But we gotta make sure we're prepping for our first progressive effort. So we're now passing by Olmsted Park, which this, along with several other parks along this pathway, comprise the Emerald Necklace park system. And it's called that because of the shape of the parks and, of course, the beautiful colors found therein. Typically in the summer months, it'd be green like the emeralds. We're getting to experience a little bit of that as the colors are changing too. So it's just beautiful. Well, we can't focus too much on how pretty it is because we've got to start our progressive effort here in 3, 2, 1. Let's push it. RP of 6 here.
Resistance 12,
Solid effort
flat.
For the next 16 minutes. Every 4 minutes, I will be ratcheting up that resistance. And you've got to hold that cadence. 70 to 80. Don't lighten up your effort here. It's going to be a solid workout. I'm not going to give you permission to get distracted by the leaves, much like I have already been today. Because boy, it is pretty out here. I remember the first time I came to New England in the fall. I actually haven't traveled out here frequently.
-1,
But
12.
seeing the vast landscapes with the trees and the changing colors, so beautiful. Being from Utah, if you want to enjoy changing trees
Incline
and their
2,
splendor and
resistance 11.
glory, you often have to go up the canyons, which is totally fine because I'm all for the mountains.
Flat 12.
But here, you get it any and everywhere, it seems, which is fantastic. We're halfway done through this. Keep that cadence 70 to 80. Your RPE should be 6 right now. Watch for vehicles. Oh, let's cross now. Perfect timing. The fall foliage gods are smiling upon us. We had a nice storm blow through Boston last night, so we're getting to enjoy the nice chilly weather that it brought with it. It's definitely what I say pumpkin spice weather now. The latent throes of an Indian summer have surely left us, as we now need to wear base layers, warmer gloves, and beanies underneath our helmets to stay warm. But the sun has come out. Don't forget to keep that cadence 70 to 80 here. Keep up. I'm just going to ratchet up the effort here, or rather ratchet up the resistance. You'll have to increase that effort. You're doing great though. This is phenomenal. 10 seconds, I'm gonna ratchet us up a little bit. 3, 2, 1.
Resistance 13.
Now that you're on
Incline
the
1.
RPE 6 training 7, we got about 4 minutes of this one. I want you to make sure you keep pushing it. I know the burn is starting to get real here. We really want to get that progressive effort so we ultimately land
Flat
at the
13.
RPE of 8 by the end. To our benefit, though, we've got these beautiful
Minus
bike
1.
paths to follow through the Emerald Necklace. All these various connected parks,
Flat.
following streams, rivers. Oh, it's so lovely here. It's no wonder you've got so many people out for walks with their little dogs. Hello! Autumn in New England. Love it. Don't forget, keep that cadence between 70 and 80 here. That's how we're going to ensure in this progressive workout you continue to improve the power that you deliver to your pedal strokes. Halfway through this one, and then we'll turn it up to 7. In terms of the RPE that I want you to hold. This type of riding actually reminds me a bit of the other series, or at least one of the other series that you can access, where we ride throughout the fjord-laden west shore of Norway. So whether you want to go take a quick jaunt around Boston or check out Trollstigen, you should join me on those various other series. This is the perfect way to begin building that aerobic base as part of the Boston Aerobic Base Building Series, or BABS. But once you feel a little more comfortable laying down the power and pushing some intervals, join me in Norway, as we were there in the autumn time. And I can tell you that once it starts turning to autumn up at that high latitude, winter is a different thing up there. We had some snow-capped peaks on some of the days as the rain blew in and turned to snow. It was amazing there. Much like it's amazing
Incline
here
1.
in the autumn. Oh, glorious sun. Let's
Resistance
go.
13.
3 seconds before I turn it up a little bit more. Keep that cadence
Incline
high.
3.
70 to 80.
Resistance
3,
12.
2, 1. Solid effort now. RPE of 7. You should maintain
Flat.
your 70 to 80
Resistance 13.
cadence.
Minus 1, 13. Flat 13.
Now that we've left some of those beautiful fall colors, we're getting the opportunity to navigate some of the beautiful suburbs that exist here in Boston. I've since learned, riding around here, there's the term triple decker, and I guess that references the number of stories
Incline 2, resistance
in these
13.
homes. Although some of these seem to have 4 stories, so I don't know. Maybe this is me just trying to figure out how things roll culturally, and some of the terminology
Flat
is unique
13.
here to the Boston area.
Minus 2, 13.
But if there's something that I enjoy seeing that's ever present
Flat
here,
13.
is the fact that there's, at least for me, old school architecture. Because coming from the Mountain West, everything was settled in the mid to late 1800s or thereafter. And so anything before that is ancient. Various architectural designs brought to the new world from the old makes it feel like we are definitely in a place
Minus 1, 13.
that is steeped in history.
Flat 13.
And steeped in bike lanes, which is super nice as we're navigating throughout Boston. We've got 1 more minute on this progressive effort. We're riding through and around Boston University campus here. Everything about this city screams culture, arts, education. There's such a prevalence of institutions of higher learning. Doesn't matter which way you turn, you probably have someone with a PhD in a field that I likely can't even pronounce, let alone understand what they wrote for their thesis. But hopefully, we can show a little well here in the midst of our fantastic riding through the city streets. Okay, turning it up now. Last progressive effort.
Flat.
Should be a solid
Resistance 14.
RPE of 7.5 to 8. As we're now seeing the giant Citgo sign, nothing like Venezuelan-owned oil refining conglomerates to make you want to keep pushing the effort. The only thing fueling me is coffee and a breakfast sandwich. None of this crude oil. We're just putting on the power, progressive power today to build that aerobic base as a function of calories in, power out. And nutrition is something that is very important to me. Here we go, coming on Fenway Park.
Incline 1, resistance 14.
Wow.
Ah,
Pretty phenomenal.
minus 1,
Becoming
14.
into such an historic baseball stadium. Quick little left here.
Flat 14.
So, what, is this the Green Monster? See, I'm learning all of these culturally significant things from Boston. I definitely don't talk the talk or walk the walk, but I'll do my best to absorb this. So cool being right here. Boston strong. Lots of culturally significant things that we're coming across today on this ride. From fall foliage, the Fenway, on our way to Copley Square. Don't get too lost with the views, because we absolutely need to keep holding that effort for another 90 seconds or so. I know it's hurting. If you need to take a sip of water here as you're laying down that power, do it. Before I got too distracted with the Green Monster and thinking about getting a foot-long hot dog at Fenway, I was mentioning nutrition, which of course, as I say, foot-long hot dog, that's pretty counterintuitive to anything nutrition. But my focus on health and nutrition is why I created Trail Truffles as a food product or a nutritional product to consume.
Incline 1, 14.
Whether you're out on the bike, trail running, camping, hiking, it's about finding clean ingredients and food that can sustain you. And so the principle of garbage in, garbage
Flat
out
14.
very much applies to your health and wellness. And so as part of this aerobic base building series, I want you to be cognizant of how you're choosing to fuel both before, during, and after any of your workouts, because it'll help you improve your fitness and just your general health and well-being. You've got 5 seconds left on your remaining progressive effort. 3, 2, 1, wind it down.
Oh,
You now get a pleasant cool
resistance
down
10.
before we wrap up
Flat.
today's effort. You did such a great job on that ride. I know that those 16 minutes were not easy. That progressive work probably created a high degree of fatigue in your muscles. So make sure after today's workout, you do a little bit of stretching, you hydrate properly, and of course, get some calories in you. Probably a good 3-to-1 carb to protein ratio mix. That way you can restore your glycogen, get your muscles ready to go again for the next workout. For our cool down, we'll be approaching Copley Square, which, as I said, is a very cultural, artistic, and intellectual center of Boston. Most of the universities, museums, art institutions are near or adjacent to Copley Square, which used to be called Art Square, given the significance of what they provided here. I think by virtue of me and you riding through Boston, I'm absorbing, I hope through osmosis, some degree of this cultural greatness. Much much like the music that we just heard from that vehicle, I hope you're feeling good like I am, because this has been phenomenal. So as we're winding down today's ride, Copley Square, we are now just crossing the finish line of the Boston Marathon, Boston Strong. So we not only get association with one of the premier athletic events in the world, but we'll need to always account for the intellectual aspect of this city. So we will be wrapping up here at the culturally significant and beautiful Boston Public Library. I'm Casey Zog, your IFIT trainer. Thank you for riding with me today, starting at Jamaica Pond, riding through the Eden of America, and finishing here at Copley Square. Until I see you next time.
All right. Was good. Short and sweet. Short and sweet. All right. Okay. Okay, series completed. Really? No, I will. All right. I don't know why I'm doing it from that side. All right. Let's go have some dinner and relax.